What's going on, guys? We're back in our Bitlimit Feed the Beast. And looks like Rapaxton's over here. I don't know what direction I want to go off. This is where we spawned in at, but it's not a very good spawn right now. So I'm going to kind of go off and look for plains, I think. That's what I want. So we'll head off in the southeast. Hopefully no one else has gone this way yet. Get some starting materials here. But everybody in the world is on right now. As you can see, we're just kind of all running around mapping stuff out. But anyway, I'm going to get some stuff ready, figure out where we're going to set up base. It looks like there might be a plains like right across the road from us. And figure out what we're going to do. So, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so figured out where we're staying. Let's get some food. I don't know who just did that, or what that was, but I'm guessing someone broke something. So, I kind of decided on this spot because of several reasons. First off, there's a village here. There's a volcano here. There's extreme hills here. There's ice here. And another village right there. Should let everyone know that it's a double village. There's some redwoods there. And we're in the middle of a savanna. So we can see pretty much everything in every different angle. And there might actually be some bauxite here. I don't know how the new ores are set up. But anyway, this at least gets us a food source temporarily. I don't really have any potatoes, I don't think. I'm going to kill myself before we get too much further. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like we just have carrots and wheat, but I'll take it. Gets me off to a good start. A little bit better than everyone else right now, I think. Some people are already in the Twilight Forest, but that's to be expected. So, we're going to commandeer one of these houses, probably one of the bigger ones. Kind of fix this up a little bit. Alright. Wonderful. So let's see. Does someone already have a crafting bench for us? They do. Wonderful. It's so loud. Do we have a... Well, clearly I'm going to loot the crap out of this one. Let's see if we had a blacksmith. Maybe he had a pick or something already. Oh, there's nothing here. Darn. Got excited. I don't see a blacksmith. Nope. No blacksmith. Maybe there's potatoes, though. There may very well be potatoes. There are potatoes. Awesome. So we have a good solid food source now, too. Awesome. Off to a great start. So, let's go in here. Get out of my way, buddy. Thank you. And some sticks and a pick and some chest. Now this is our temporary base because we're going to set something up in a Mistcraft world eventually. It's just, this is going to be something I'm going to use solely for our setting up purposes. So once we get a Mistcraft thing, we'll be a lot better off. So let's do that. And we'll slowly work our way into the ground. I don't know where all of them are setting up at, but get our better pick. And a shovel. Shovel will work good. So down we go. We'll come back once we've kinda established a little bit better. So I will see you guys in a bit. What's going on, guys? Yeah, you guessed it. We're back. It's been like 5 minutes or 5 seconds for you guys. Quite a bit of time for me. So this is like 2 days later, 3 days later, and as you can see, we kind of assimilated the village. There used to be 2 houses here and a house across, and I kind of consumed them both. Took over the middle of the road, and got a basic sorting setup going. So once again, I've got my ender chest, things going into stuff, all the ores being sorted, thrown into the macerator, the things that need to be heated coming in here, going into the furnace. We've got 4 industrial centrifuges, a compressor, probably shows you what I'm working on now, a recycler that goes into a scrap box opening machine, a whole bunch of Thumbcraft stuff, a whole line of freaking barrels. We started to dabble in Mistcraft a little bit. I'm not real familiar with it yet, so I'm not going to start uploading tutorials on how to do it, but we're getting there. So I've been playing around with that. This is my personal age right now. We have a quarry going on down here, and it's being powered by this Stirling engine, which is, I'm running everything off blaze rods right now. We managed to get a whole bunch of various soul shards thanks to King and the Amazing Group, something like that. What are they? Awesome Industries. So they've been taking care of that. I maxed out my Thumbcraft stuff as best I could, so I've got all of this figured out, all the stuff that we had in the FTB stuff, and a little bit more. I went ahead and got the Arcane Boar and the Advanced Scolomancy and all of that, but I tried to finish it. Then I've got my nice little portable hole here. Lets us walk through walls. We took some lava out of the volcano. It now goes down to a lava pit, and I'm working on this nuclear reactor right now. What are you doing in there? Get out. I'll move this to the other side. What else have we done? We've done a lot. As you can see, the flux is really bad here. That might have something to do with me playing around with Thumbcraft. Let me show you the scrap box opening machine, because it's slightly different now because of the Greg Tech nerfs on everything. So this top one has to be all scrap because there's like a 65% chance that it will open scrap. So I had to do that. I've just got the normal crafting setup, this pulling out into here, dispenser, obsidian pipe down there to pick up everything, and then it all goes through here. These are the things I've decided to save so far, and these are the things I've decided to get rid of so far. But yeah, so here's something that's tricky. There are 2 of these filled cans that have to be done. One's like, this looks like a bad idea or something. But yeah, so I'm still working on getting that set up. I'll probably end up leaving that here with just a small chunk loader to keep that thing just scrap box opening. And then this is the setup I'm going to use for the nuclear reactor. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quad cores. And quad cores are very expensive, so it's actually a long ways away before we do that. But you probably saw me macerating uranium. That's for a reason. But I have all of these set up like this, And I know that I could do this with the red power pipes if I really wanted to. But the thing that I don't want to do with the red power pipes right now is that each one of these has to have an item in it. So like this thing here that's normally uranium, which is going to turn into uranium dust. Explosions. And so now that this is uranium dust, like normally if it was a red power thing, I wouldn't be able to designate that this, without other machines, wouldn't be able to designate that this is for cobble and excess stuff. And I wouldn't be able to designate that this here was uranium when it wasn't. It would have filled with cobble, and I would have had to pull out stacks of cobble and things like that. But anyway, I think I've pretty much covered, or I'm getting close to where we were when we left last time in the single player thing. Nice thing about everyone working together with the soul shards is I got about halfway with the blaze and then gave it to Awesome Industries to finish, and then they did the ender pearls and stuff. But we have like all of these nifty little things that we can just pull from whenever we need. But let me show you guys what I was doing for power before we started the blaze rods, because it's kind of cheaty, but not really because it's expensive. So what I was doing is, if you macerate this, you get 5. So look, 5 blaze powder, but it only takes 2 blaze powder to remake one. So this is kind of what I was doing. But it's at the cost of minimum, which is actually much harder to get than the blaze probably is. But the minimum lets you transmute things. You can transmute, there's so many things you can do with the minimum stone. Minimum stone is used to craft literally anything. So this is probably one of my favorite things, is that it's very easy to get. You take out 8 stacks of ender pearls from like this chest here, and it can transmute into a stack of gold, which I was using it back and forth all the time. I was actually going from diamond to gold to iron because I was that low on materials. But some of you are probably wondering why I don't do solar, because I actually haven't done solar yet. Let me show you why. Because I built 2 of these and was like, oh, let's look at this recipe. What is this? Irradiate reinforced plate? Oh, that's not a terrible recipe, except for this. And it gets worse. Iridium iron plate. You actually need to have 1 iridium to craft an advanced solar panel. So, I have my thermal generator over here that's running lava, and then the rest of these are just running blaze rods right now, which we're actually getting low on. I'm going to have to go and restock. Which we'll actually go do, because why not? I'm going to take some stuff out of here, fill my inventory with this, just so I don't have to keep taking anyone else's. And let's head into the nether, where things aren't quite as bad as they look. Other things to note when playing around in the ultimate pack is there is nether ore, and if you mine the nether ore, the pigmen get very upset. And since we're playing on hard mode, the pigmen are very, 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 very strong. There have been several incidents in the spawn village that we're going to where people just have died, just mercilessly. Just merciless deaths. Why is there seeds? I'll take it. But this is my own personal route back to the main base, since we don't have a link modifier yet. We actually can't craft a link modifier, but we're going to have one spawned in at the same cost as the recipe. So this is our pigmen thing to prevent them from doing anything. But this is our spawn village. You kind of see everybody's just kind of assimilated the area that people working on. Let's head over to where our spawners are. I can show you guys what's up. But this is Awesome Industries here, Blue and Ellen. But no, they've been great. They've been getting a lot of stuff for everybody in the spawn village here. But this is our Blaze farm. So we're just kind of letting this thing run. It's a shard up there, and then there's a switch on top that controls it. Everyone has jetpacks except for me because I'm just too lazy to build one. And this is where they're all going. See, this is the kind of thing that, you know, that I wanted to avoid. Maybe it's possible, but still at the same point, I still want a trash chest. So, but anyway, let's restock a little bit. Get the ender, because this is for everybody actually. The reason that the ender chests are here is that anybody that wants to use them can. And then that way it's just easy access for everybody, that people don't have to run back and forth. Because I'm sure that I'm not the only person running them on very little power. And then under here there's a giant pit, and we've got a whole bunch of the different spawners. So if we turn that on, I'll turn it on real quick, a whole bunch of things will fall, and we'll start seeing all of the other stuff start coming up through here. So let's refill this chest, assuming that no one broke it. We should start to see other stuff start to come up. It might take a minute. I hear things spawning. We just need one more. But the nice thing is you can turn them off with the switches. We're starting to get a lot of lags. That means things are starting to... starting to do their job. Who we got? A bunch of different people. The server's a lot more populated than the last time we played on it. But there we go. Now I'm starting to see food come up and things like that. I think there's a cow spawner and a pigman and all sorts of fun jazz. Creepers, pigmen, cows, skeletons, zombies, I think that's it. An enderman, obviously. But anyway, I can kind of break into people's houses and stuff and do all sorts of things that I probably shouldn't be able to do. But anyway, this is Awesome Industries area. They're actually starting to work on stuff. Starting to move to their own personal Mistcraft world. And then the flux that's over here, the moderate flux that's this thing that's going on, wasn't actually me. Conservatory was, look at this tiny little aura node. It's so cute. They were playing around over here and kind of destroyed the atmosphere here. But it'll be a little while before my area is safe again. But I'm going to kind of let the quarry go and do its thing before I start planning on moving. But actually, let's head to Awesome Industries real quick. They have a portal up here to the hub world that we're planning on making our hub base. So let's do this. Here's our hub world. This is where all the Mistcraft stuff is. Mushroom biome. And we have gigantic aura nodes over here, like huge aura nodes. And then, where am I? I'm down here. So this is the area I'm currently working on. I'm gonna take the hub world out and have my overworld there. But this is what I'm planning on doing something here. I've got glaciers, I've got plains, I've got extreme hills, and I've got forest and a medium biome. So this is a little bit more friendly than our last world. I have crystals and glowstone, stuff like we did before. I figured I need the plains though, and this will be kind of a world that we live in. And then we'll work on rebuilding a bigger, better castle out of probably what's going to be it'll be nether brick, not nether brick, normal brick. It'll be normal brick, and then from the normal brick it'll turn, we'll probably do variations of colors of the stone brick. Not not normal brick, it'll be stone brick, the normal stone brick. Blah, blah, blah. My talking is great. But I actually have barely looked at this terrain at all. I just kind of generated it. I know there's a village off. I know there's an altar up here. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we're going to go up here and play with the altar because I've yet to do so. So if I die, it'll at least be funny, because I won't know what to expect. But there should be some sort of magical, holy aura. Look at that thing. Oh, ow. Hey, you. Wisp. How am I going to shoot you? I don't know how I'm going to shoot you, Wisp. Oh well. I'm going to steal all of your shit. I think there's a wisp spawner under here. Ah, shit. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. So, music discs are good for research, but I pretty much have everything researched except for a few little things here and there. Goggles are still doing good. So let's get out of here. I need to mark this with a waypoint too, because this is the spawn here. So this is the exit should anything ever go wrong. And then this should take us right back to our home. Yep, perfect. So yeah, this is kind of what we've been working on. Throw some stuff in here. Then, yeah, the things that I'm going to find in dungeons, you know, I don't mind having in here. Let's do that. I'm going to throw the saddle in here. Obsidian tile. Oh, silver. We shouldn't have any different color silver. There we go. Perfect. But we got one iridium so far. It's just going to be kind of one of those things that we kind of have to work at and get done. I need to get a lot more copper before we're able to even start considering running the nuclear reactor. But I've actually got a lot going with the nuclear reactor right now. I've got 2 different MFSUs down here. So that's something to be excited about. Then there's a 3rd one here. I went through the whole updating process of everything. There is a MFE here and an MFE here running the electrolyzer in the blast furnace, and yeah, I think that's about it. With what I have going on. As soon as we start to, as soon as I plan on moving, I think is when we'll start actually recording the series. This will just kind of be a prelude. Kind of give us a little introduction to what I'm planning on doing, various things like that. Also, a really cool function for anybody that starts playing this, if you press F7, which might mess up my recording, hopefully not, no, looks good, it'll highlight areas where mobs can spawn. So like if I put a light here, and a light here, and here, and over here, and over here, and there, and there, and there. But you can see these X's just slowly vanishing, and that means that the area is becoming safe, per se. This is a really cool feature. I really, really, really like this. But anyway, I now have an army after me. I think that's probably where we'll stop for now. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask them in the comments. Any information you have, feel free to ask them or tell me in the comments. So far, I've been playing similar to how I did in the Minecraft. As you could tell, I kind of ramped up the industrial craft chain like I usually do. Part of the reason for that was I just didn't feel like dealing with the GregTech changes because a lot of things changed and I just didn't really feel like building magmatic engines. So what I think is going to end up happening is I'm going to try to set up I'm going to try and set up some steam boilers somewhere, probably once I move, some steam boilers to run MJ and EU from, just one of each. Have them running into storage things, because it's a little bit better form of power. But the thing with that is the steam turbines are really expensive as far as steel goes, because they need steel blocks. You get 3, and you actually need to build a 3 long, 2 wide. Might be a 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 2 tall. So it's a lot of blocks. So it's kind of one of those things that we kind of have to work out slowly, bit by bit. But no, just basically been doing the same stuff that I have. As soon as we start working on some new stuff, or as soon as we start working on the castle I plan on building, we'll start that. But until then, guys, I think that's it. Like I said, any questions, comments, aid that you want to offer in the comments down below, that'd be great. So until then, guys, see you later.